What do you guys attribute all these injuries to? Like, what is it? Everyone has their own theories and opinions, but what do you guys think it is as being guys in the league?
If I'm being honest, P and I was in the backyard today chopping at P's crib, talking about this, and we don't think that the today's NBA player, they do play at a fast rate, but I don't think they're in a tip-top shape. I don't think these players today, I think they're in shape until they talk to motherfuckers that's in shape. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the league is in the type of shape that you need to be in the type of shape to play at this pace. I think they think that, and if anybody knows the body, your calves are your brakes. You know, your calves are your brakes. And the one thing that supports the calves is your Achilles. So if your calf is the first thing to shut down, you have to think about how things are built, right? I watched all of the tapes of Cole, Tatum, and Hallie. When you watch how all three of them poured their shit, they poured it the same way. Pump fake, and you used to pump fake like this. I used to pump fake with my whole body, meaning that I would show you the ball. Paul, Cole, Tracy, when they would give you something because they was wings, they can give you a pump fake from here. It didn't even have to be a dramatic, but they were so prolific at the shot that you had to honor it. So when P gave you this, he already knew that you was up, so he would be already in there. If you're not one stretch, and again, I heard this the other day. Some of the trainers were talking about the lack of calf raises for some of the players to end their workout. Bro, we used to end a workout, especially on a leg day, calf raises. This is how I'm speeding up, this is how I'm stopping, this is my whole wiggle. If your calves ain't here. And on top of, whenever I go to finish, I gotta be athletic enough to finish, right? Bro, when you start breaking that down, I'm watching how the technique of that, man, that is, to me, I'm watching, when you are working out and the coach gives the ball back to you to reset, he gonna tell you to get into a three. Bro, all this technique means something. First time, you know when you break technique? Man, when you get tired. When you get tired, I start standing up. Technique breaks down, I ain't showing it hard, I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? So when I watched it, man, they all three playing it the same way. And to me, yeah, that's what I saw. And they all popped the same way.
You know what's so crazy too? Like, where we at, like in the advancement of like...
Medicine and science?
Yeah, you know, like the science of sports and with the NBA transitioning. And it's been like right before I got out the league, and you put all this investment to the trainers. Because when we was in there, we had one or two trainers. A trainer and assistant trainer. Now every team got about 10 different trainers.
And they got data system, which means they got a joint in your neck, and they see how much you running, your rate, all that shit.
They
so they
invested,
come back.
You know what's happened? The Coats and Ties created so many different jobs for these cats, but we got more injuries than ever. You know what I'm saying?
You mean more solution, you mean?
So they implemented the analytics now. So now we're gonna not only put the analytics toward, you know, what they do in the game, we're gonna put it toward what they do off the court as far as their weight training, as far as their treatments, and try to like put the data in and say, you come to practice one day and say, hey, you know what, Steph, you've been running too much. In practice, we tracked that you did 10 miles over the last 3 days. You need to rest today. You know what I'm saying? They implemented so much of that, but now we got so much more injuries.
Well, the players don't play as much as we did, P.
But they body not trained. Like, this is what Ticket talking about, that they out of shape. We practiced every day. We went up and down every day.
Like a game.
Like a game. So we 5-on-5 pretty much the whole season.
With drills.
With drills. And so now they come in and they doing a lot of individual work.
With a trainer.
You know, so a lot of our shit was game speed. Right.
With a trainer.
And then in the summer.
At half speed.
Right.
For 30 minutes.
Right.
And then they're gonna go play a 2-hour fucking game and think they gonna play.
In the summer, we played ball.
Ball, hard.
We played 5-on-5.
For 7 hours.
In the summer, they individual work every day.
For 30 minutes. With one trainer.
Yeah.
And think that's gonna be the same shit. Like, what are we talking about here? Bro, motherfucker do a whole workout an hour by himself. I come in here, it's 5 niggas in one workout doing 30 minutes. Bro, this is not the same shit, bro. No. Then he gonna go run Red Mountain and try to kill himself.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring up. Ticket, you had a pretty, like, memorable...
Just because you didn't see this nigga killing himself don't mean he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
But should more players kind of implement resistant bands, training in the sand, dunes, things like that you guys did in the offseason?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now, I was just gonna say those things implemented when you in the fourth quarter and I gotta guard you. I got to guard a Tracy McGrady. I got to guard a real nigga in fourth quarter, and I'm tired of my legs done. How do I simulate that? I got to go play against people like this, and then I got to take my body and try to kill it. Because when you, listen, I'm going to tell you something. This is what them motherfuckers don't tell you about game 4 or game 5 or game 7. When you in mud and they come down to LO and they call in a triangle, you got to stop LO from Lloyd, and I'm stuck in mud and my legs ain't even, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I get to the huddle and 3-4 niggas is falling out. Motherfuckers don't want to play no more. Like, bro, you can't simulate this. This is the foxhole you in. So you try to put yourself in simulate. He would go to, what's the dunes you go to?
Oh yeah, the dunes over there in Manhattan Beach.
I'm going to the opposite dune where it look like a whole mountain. Yeah. He doing that when I'm doing this one. We both talking shit about what it take to get to the top. He talking about how he threw up. I talking about how I threw up coming down. He threw up on the way up. Like, Lord, who training like this? And why y'all training like that? Guess what? We get to the fourth quarter, we looking fresh. We dapping. Yeah, nigga, you remember that?
Right.
Yo, Richard, nigga, let's get him in. Like, yo, I'm talking about, you feel what I'm saying? So that's what we doing. So even though I know my dog ain't whatever, when we get into gym, you see who, man, it just makes so much sense. You see who been working on their shit. And it looks obvious. Like, you're like, oh shit, boy, I see you got that. Yeah, man. I'm working with the bands. I'm in, yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're doing this for. Because that extension of that workout, man, when you run Red Mountain, you ever been in Red Mountain? Man, Red Mountain, before it gets 9 o'clock, it's probably 100 degrees. And you running up it. And you gotta do some sprints and some other shits and all this shit. And all you're thinking is, man, why am I out here? Then all of a sudden you look up and I'm zigzagging there, Twan walking, I'm nose on the ball, and I'm low as shit, and I'm watching how he looking at me. And yeah, like, man, my workouts used to actually mirror what I have to do throughout the year. And I'd be so caught up into that I couldn't sometimes tell what was reality, and I couldn't, like, sometimes I look up and I'm in it. And we playing in UCLA, and then, you know, boom, I'm in a real game. Like, so the workouts mean something because they try to, or at least for us or for me, try to emulate the tough times in the league. And that's all it's for.
Damn, that's crazy. The calf, all these calf strains. That used to be the first thing I stretched when I came into practice.
Man, calf raises. A lot of people don't know that if you do, a lot of people don't know if you do calf
raises.
Calf raises and ankle rotations, you'll never sprain your ankle again.
Now, I think I sprained my ankle so much my first couple years. When I used to turn it, it didn't even hurt no more. I think my ligaments was just gone.
Man, I sprained my ankle one time, and then this lady showed me ankle rotations to where I did them every day.
I would turn my ankle and I didn't even feel
it.
I wouldn't feel it hardly no more.
Listen.
So some would also say the low top shoes is a variable in all these
That ain't helping shit either.
Do you guys agree with that? Do you think there's some truth to that?
Hell yeah, you couldn't pay me to play in low top shoes.
Maybe that is.
Low tops?
Because
like what you got on right now, Nate, going to the
this.
cup.
Think about this though.
It's not gonna work.
Like before all these Achilles